Hello, Nature. How are you doing?
Teacher, do you use the internet?
Yes, I do. I'm using the internet now. Hi. Yes.
Um, wait, if it's recording, then I'll turn off my camera since let's just say it would be a better view.
Okay. You yes, actually they want us to study together with the camera. But that's okay. Yeah, just relax, okay? Just relax. All right.
关你的可以关。不是老师说那个他们那边想要那个2:2偶像都要上去。你说不用，你说你这边是可以关的，你说你这个是关掉。
不像在上面的那些。
Hello, Nature.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
那不关了呀？为什么要关？他们这个课要开始用来做宣传的，那不想把你的图片给大家看吗？
Okay. All right. Yes. What's wrong?
不是我之前跟老师说过的，可以关掉一下。My mom said that she just wants me to turn the camera off.
Okay, it's up to you. I'll just show my face. It's okay. All right? At least I saw your face. That's okay. Okay, can you hear me well?
Yes.
All right, that's good enough. Okay, so we'll study without a camera, but you can see my face. Okay?
Okay.
Good. How are you, Nature? How are you today?
I'm alright.
Yeah, all right. Okay. By the way, tell me. By the way, again, I am Teacher D. I will be your teacher for today. Okay. And
Okay.
yes. And tell me something about yourself first before we start.
What?
Tell me something about yourself.
Well,
Just a short one.
I'm 10 years old and I'm a bit short.
You're a bit short. I don't think so. You're okay for a 10 years old. What grade are you in?
I'm in 4th grade and
You're in
it's
4th grade.
first day of school and that means only a little bit of homework. Yay!
Oh, your school starts in October? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, it's different here in the Philippines. Right now, the students here are already attending school here in my country. But anyway, okay. And what are your favorite subjects in school?
Not October. I think it's September.
September. Okay. So in September, your classes will start in September. Okay. Now, in my case, Mike, may I ask, what are your what is your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject?
Yeah.
I don't think I have a favorite subject because I just know my least favorite subject.
Okay. So you don't have any favorite subjects but usually, what is the interesting subject for you?
I think the interesting subjects. I don't know. There's going to be more subjects in 1st grade.
Okay. When we say interesting subject, when you're attending that class, you feel so excited because you're gonna learn new things. For me, for example.
Yeah, but all of the things are mostly easy except for PE. Yeah, that's my least favorite subject because I'm not very good at sports. Just for you to know.
Okay, you're not good at sports, so don't. Okay. So at least you like subjects except for PE, right? The physical exam. Wow. So or physical education. In my case, PE is okay. And when I was in elementary, one of my favorite subject is English. I really love it. Number 2 is science. I like science, except for the mathematical side of science. I'm not really good at math, right? But anyway, with science, it's really interesting. Okay. Now, what are you doing now? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm talking to you. Oh, by the way, I do not like. I like English, but not what we learn in school because it's always so easy. And my second favorite subject is art, I think.
You like art, okay? So that means that means nature. That means you can draw. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You can draw. Okay, maybe we can try how you draw later at the whiteboard. Maybe we can try. Okay. Thank you for sharing those with me. Okay, you like art, except for PE. All right, it's a very least interesting subject for you. This also caught my attention. Your English is really good. When did you start learning English?
When I was 3.
3. Oh, so that means, wow, you've been studying English for 7 years. Is that right? Wow. Okay. And have you had any American teachers there to teach you English?
No, my mom self-taught me when I was young, and then when I grew older, she made me take classes. And when I was even older, I listened to the MP3.
And that's very good. You did a lot of exercises. Even if I speak fast, you understand what I'm saying, right?
Right.
Okay, excellent. Not all students can do that. You can do that as well. So I think it's much easier for us now to discuss specific subjects. Some students who are new to English, it's hard to teach them a different subject. We have to focus in English first. Well, we can now go to the book that was forwarded to me. It's the one, you're the one who sent me the book, right?
Right.
Okay. So today we're going to learn about science, okay? And hopefully, I'm going to share with you something. I'm going to type it and I want you to read it, okay? My college teacher, he taught us actually this lesson. Okay, I want you to read it. Can you, do you see the chat box? I sent some message in the chat box.
You said, "Hello, nature. I'm teacher D. Tell me something about yourself." What is
okay. Okay, so that's the chat box. I'm typing something. I want you to read it. Okay. Okay. Read it, please.
There are no boring subjects. There are only boring teachers. Can I add like you in this?
Sure. Sure, type it. You can type. It's a group chat, right? So if I type something, you can type something, of course. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I type slowly, and I'm sitting on the opposite side of the keyboard.
Okay. So it's really hard for you to type from where you are, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you really have to reach far just to type. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just have something here. Do you see that photo?
No.
You don't see my photo?
Yes, I don't
Okay.
see your photo. Did
Okay.
you just put your camera?
There's something wrong here. I'm just fixing it and I'll be back. Don't worry. I'll be back in just a few seconds from now. There we go. Hey, can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I have a very distracting background, so I want to make sure you don't see anything behind me. All right, it's only me. Okay, now we can focus on the lesson material, and I hope you're ready. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you have any questions as we progress, all right, during the lesson, you can stop me anytime. You can ask. Okay. Now,
Okay, I have a question right now.
Okay, go ahead. What is your question? Shoot.
What page are we on again? I forgot.
Okay, with that, of course, I'll be more than happy to share that with you. In the book, actually, we are on page 356.
56.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm on that page.
Okay, so we're on 356. And what is the title 356?
Pump up the volume.
Pump up the...
How to pump up the volume?
Okay, what is the meaning of the word pump up? From the word pump, they mean... Oh, yes, go ahead.
It's like pumping air into a balloon. You just push more some. You just make more of it.
Yes. So pump up the volume is like you're trying to push the level of the volume up. It's just like pumping for something. You want the volume to the level of the volume to increase, right? So for example, if you're listening to music, you would say turn up and then turn down. Turn up the volume, turn down the volume. But this one is pump up. You have to push something. You have to pump for something to increase the volume. Today we're going to discuss about volume. Any ideas about the meaning of the word volume?
I think there is one definition, and it's how loud something is.
Okay, it may be how loud something is. We will find out as we discuss this
And
lesson.
also
Okay.
how much something is.
What is that?
How much space something takes.
How much space does something takes? All right, and how much space does something take? And it's really good. You're smart. I like it. So we can start with the reading here, reading material. You can start with you can measure. Could you please read that one for me, please? Thank you.
You can measure mass with pan balance. What is another property of matter that we can use tools to measure?
Okay, so you can measure mass with a pan balance. What is another property of matter that we can use to measure? Okay, in active reading, it says here, continue, active reading. Read that one, please.
Active reading. As you read these 2 pages, underline the definition of volume. Circle units used to measure volume.
Okay, so today we're gonna learn about the definition of volume once and for all. Okay, please read the definition of volume. Go ahead, please.
Volume. Volume is how much space an object takes up. The beaker on the left measures the volume of water in milliliters, or ml.
Okay, we say it. Okay, sorry for interrupting. Sorry for cutting out. Milliliters. Again, milliliters.
Milliliters.
You got it. Continue. Sorry for interrupting. Go ahead, please.
The beaker on the right measures the volume of an object with an irregular shape plus the volume of the water. To find the volume of just the orange, we must use subtraction.
Subtract.
Orange subtract volume of water equals volume of orange.
You got it. So the volume of water in orange, you remove or deduct the volume of water, then you will get the volume of orange. So how do we define volume from this text? How did it? Go ahead, please.
I think it's the volume of how much water is in the cup, or
How much water?
And how much orange is in the cup.
How much orange is in the cup? You got it. So it says here, how much space does an object takes up? The word there is how much. It didn't say how big. It says how much. Okay. What is the difference between how? Go ahead, please.
By the way, is that really an orange? I think it looks more like a fingernail.
Looks like a fingernail?
Yeah.
Does it look like a fingernail too? I think it looks more like a lemon to me. It looks like a lemon, right? Why? Why do you say it looks?
An orange should be round.
Orange is red? Are you sure? That's interesting.
I said it should be round. round.
Oh, I'm sorry for having you to repeat that, okay? So, yes, it should be round, but why do you think the orange inside that beaker is not round?
Perhaps because the cup is a round shape, so the things get pulled a little bit.
Ah, okay. Maybe this can help you. And this is another science term. I'm going to type it, okay? It's because of this. That's the reason why you don't see it round when you look at it at the beaker. And you're right. The beaker is round, so it affects the shape of the orange inside. But does that mean the orange also changed shape inside?
No.
No, you're right. So what do we call that? We call that in science, I remember this from my high school teacher. Read it, please.
Refraction?
Refraction. What is the meaning of the word, what does it mean? Refraction. It's a science term, okay? And good observation, nature. You have a good sense of observation. You observe the shape of the orange inside the beaker is not round. You got it. It's more of an oval shape, okay? So, refraction. What is the meaning of the word refraction?
I don't know. I mean, okay. I only know the word called reflection.
Okay, reflection is when you look at the mirror, all right? That's a reflection. When we say refraction, okay, it says here, the bending of, the changing of direction or the bending of light in a denser medium.
So it doesn't mean something that doesn't have fraction.
Okay, when we say refraction, you put something inside. That's why some people think when they go to a swimming pool, they think it's not really deep. They're mistaken because the bottom of the swimming pool doesn't really show the depth. It's because of the bending of the light. So when your eyes see it, you think it's only shallow and you can jump and dive into the swimming pool and you'll be surprised it's really deep. That's the problem with the refraction. It can deceive your eyes. You think
in the swimming pool, I only think that some people look fatter and the others look thinner.
It can be that. Okay. I don't know how do they define refraction in Chinese. I haven't tried it yet, but let me see if they have a word here. Just give me a few seconds, okay? I hope they do. Yes, go ahead. What's your question?
Do you have the book on the web? Because shouldn't it be better to using spider webs then? No.
Okay. What I will do, so that you will understand, okay, since you have a question about refraction, we can stop the book here a bit. And maybe we can go a little on refraction, just to explain it to you well. But hopefully this one, I don't know if this is the right term. Just what I see. Does that make any sense?
Yes, it does.
It does. It means what in English? Don't say refraction, but how do you describe it?
Well, it's like that when you put something in water, it turns into a different shape.
You got it. That's it. That's refraction. You got it. It's simply said in the changing of the size of an object when you put it inside the water, mostly. I think maybe I can show you an example here. Okay.
It would do the same if you point a flashlight through a piece of glass.
Okay. So when you turn on a flashlight and point it through a glass, what do you see?
I see a rainbow.
Okay, that's another one. How lights break down. Let me see if we have refraction.
Teacher.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Please don't stare so hard, okay? You look as if you want to kill me.
I'm sorry?
I asked if you can stop staring so hard. You look as if you want to kill me.
I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at a monitor here. I'm trying to get a video. Why? Am I scary?
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry. If you want to go, I can go stay on the side here. Does that feel you better if I hide here a bit? Okay.
No, no.
No, no, no. Okay, I want you to show you something. I hope this makes sense. Okay. Can you see my video right here?
Yes.
I don't know if you can play YouTube at home, but in where I'm from, you can. Let me try to play this one. Tell me if you hear it. If you don't, then I'll stop it. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear
I
it?
think can you replay it again, and this time without asking, can you hear it?
Okay. I'll quiet down. Listen up. Okay. Let's try it again.
No, I don't hear it. Listen.
You don't hear
I
it?
don't hear it.
Oh, that's too bad. Anyway, anyway, so that's gonna teach you about the refraction, how it bends. But at least you understand. You already understand it. That's good enough. Okay. So now we can go to the next one. So that's the volume. All right. It's how much space an object takes up. Any questions here so far?
No, I don't think I have questions here, except for the dog's head.
Except for the dog?
Yeah. Why put a dog on this page?
It will explain. Why? Don't you like dogs?
No, I don't.
You
And
don't
neither
like
do I
dogs.
like cats. I like turtles and other animals that are slow and mostly not moving.
Okay, so like turtles and what other animals are slow? How about snakes? You like snakes?
I haven't seen a real snake before.
Are you serious? You haven't seen a real snake? Wow, interesting. You know what? Where I'm from, you can see you can see a lot of snakes here.
Ew.
Yeah,
What?
you
What
can
did you
see.
say?
If you come to my place, just an example only. If you come to my place, I can show you a lot of snakes. There are many snakes
Okay.
there. Actually, there are two kinds of. Sorry.
I said I think I've seen a snake once, and it was in a mound of earth behind my grandpa's house. They were digging it up, and while there was a little snake, I'm not even sure if it was a snake. It's too small to see clearly. Perhaps it was a worm, but my mother was shrieking like crazy.
Okay. So in this case, I'm not showing you the French fries. I'm going to type here, Cobra. Have you seen this one?
French fries.
No. It was. I'm just hungry. Why? You like French fries? And here we go. That's a snake. I've seen this one before. It's really scary, right? And
Why does it have a hood?
a hood. It's not a hood. It's the side of the neck. When it's about to strike, the side of its neck will expand like this. That means they're about to strike. Strike is that. Pop. Okay.
Okay, so why do you even film it now if it's going to strike?
It's like sending you a warning. It's like saying, for example, we're in a fight and you're coming to me. Yeah, you want this, you want this. That's what it means. You want me to strike you? Get away from me. That's why it's expanding its neck. It's giving a warning. Otherwise, if you don't pay attention, then that's the time it's going to strike. Sometimes it also spits venom. You know venom?
Yes, I do, and it can kill you.
It can kill you. So if they cannot strike you, they're going to spit venom to your eyes. Like that. That's how dangerous they are. The other one is a python. I've seen this one in my house before. Here.
What?
I was in bed already. I was already in bed when my dad screamed. He was calling me. He was really screaming to the top of his lungs, and he said, "Come over here, help me!" And then to find out, he was trying to stop a python from entering our house. We killed it, by the way. It's a big one. Snakes.
Did you eat it?
Nah. Although I have tried um, snakes before. They taste like chicken. A python like this. My American friend cooked it for me. Well, actually, he cooked it already when he got to the apartment, and he said, "Hey, try this."
Well, so why didn't you eat it if it tastes like chicken?
Well, that was after I was very young when I encountered it for the first time. So when I grew up a bit and I spent time with this American guy, he said, "I cooked some python. You want to try it?" Oh yeah, sure, because I've seen one before, and I tried it. It tastes like chicken. Fantastic. I like chicken. How about you? Like chicken?
Well, I think so, but it's very sticky and you can get it in your mouth.
Especially for the python, they're very sticky and tough. They're not just really chicken. You have to really have to bite it off. Okay. Now going back, so there's the dog. I have.
Well,
Go ahead.
chopping it into pieces and then putting it in a blender help. Would that make it not so hard?
Well, in the first place, the texture of the skin and the muscle of the python is really tough. That's why they can kill people and animals. Their muscles have to be tough. Otherwise, they cannot strangle anybody or choke anybody to death. Because that's how they kill you.
If you cut them into little balls, hardly larger than a pen top, then cook it. Would it help?
I think so. Maybe we can try. But don't worry, no python is coming no python is coming to your home. You're safe. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to the lesson focus. If you can see the dog, all right. I have 2 dogs at home, by the way, and I love them, both of them. But it's not like this. This one is a bulldog. Okay. So let's do the math. What does it say here? Do the math. Could you please read it? Thank you.
Do the math. Measure the volume of objects.
Okay.
A.
Okay. So we have here A. How do we, what do we call these angles of a rectangle and this cube right here? Okay. We have what we call, what do we call those specific segments of this box? All right. All right. 5 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and 2 centimeters. What is this 5 centimeters? What do we call this side of the box right here?
The length.
You got it. That's the length. How about the other one? The 4 centimeters. The width. Very good. And the 2 centimeters, this is?
The height.
Okay, it can be the height, or sometimes in science they call it also the depth. Okay?
Okay.
All right, you got it. Now the other one, let's look at figure letter B.
Wow, that's a cube.
That's a cube right there. You got it. So we got 3 centimeters. Sorry?
I wonder if I can eat it.
Why? Why do you want to eat it?
Because cubes are just like sugar cubes.
Yeah. Sometimes when you freeze, if you have ice cubes inside your refrigerator, when you want to drink something cold, of course, you can get some ice cubes. I think that's the reason why you want to eat it. Sometimes when they cut cheese, they cut cheese in cubes. And that's how they look tasty, right? Okay. Now, find it. Read find it, please.
Find what?
Look at the bottom of those 2 figures. It says there, that section says, find it. Read that portion, please.
Find it. The volume of a rectangular solid is found by multiplying the width by the length and the height. Find the volume for each box. The units are cubic centimeters. Okay,
so what is the volume of box A? How do we get the volume? What is the technique?
40 cubic centimeters. 5 multiplied by 4 and multiplied by 2.
Okay, so we call it 40 cubic centimeters. You got it. Okay, the next one, box B.
Wait a second. No. I just wanted to ask, in a cubic centimeter, you write cm and a little 3 above it?
Cubic centimeter. Are you trying to ask me about the shortcut for cubic centimeter?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a few seconds here. Let me also review my science here. Cubic centimeter. From the word cube, yeah, cm3. You got it. You put the cm and then write a little 3 on top of the letter M, upper right of the letter M, small letter M. Okay? Looks like this. It should look like this. Let me share my screen again so that you can see. Right? Oh, I'll just write it. I'm gonna try the whiteboard. Yay! Now it's my turn. Look at this. So that's the C. There's the M. And then you write the 3. There we go. Okay?
I'll write that too.
All right, you got it. Okay. So now let's continue. So that's the answer. So let's go to box B. What is the volume of box B?
27 cubic centimeters.
All right, you got it. So to find the volume of both boxes, okay, read that one, the one after the volume box B. To find the volume, go ahead, please.
Find the volume of both boxes together and we add visual volumes.
Okay, so if you're gonna add,
27 is 67. Why
Okay,
do they ask you that? I mean, it's quite easy.
yeah, it's just teaching in the basic techniques. You know what? Some people, they want to go to the advanced techniques. I'm sure maybe this is easy for you, but sometimes talking about the basics is also interesting to help you review of the basics, right? Basic is basic.
Everybody knows multiplying, but after a few years, they might forget what you use for multiplying.
You got it. So that's why you ask me how to write a cubic centimeter. I have to go to look to the internet to remember it. Those were my high school days. And it's really good that both of us are reminded about the basics. Okay? So that's why this book is so basic. Understand? Okay?
I wonder if there would be somebody named cubic centimeter.
Maybe you can try that when you have a dog or a turtle. Call him cubic centimeter. Okay? Name your turtle cubic. Do you have a pet turtle?
No, but
No.
I can go see a turtle the next time I go diving in the sea.
You
Just joking. I'm just joking. I don't dive in the sea.
I thought you can go scuba diving at your young age. I haven't tried scuba diving yet, ever. Especially I have an ear problem right here. I cannot go deep in the water. Something's gonna go wrong. Okay?
My dad can scuba dive.
Your dad can scuba dive? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Me, I can't. Many things to consider before I can go scuba diving. Now, let's go to, oh yeah, by the way, in this 2 pages that we have read, do you have any questions before we proceed?
No.
Okay, good. Now, let's go to the next page. Oh, a while ago, it was volume.
Except for why is your voice dying low? Do you have another problem?
This one? You can't hear me?
Can you turn up the voice volume?
The voice volume, this is as far as it can go. I can either put it here, just to hear, so that you can hear me. Okay? Or either you just turn up your speaker, all right? Because this is the maximum I can go, right there. It's not really long enough to get to my mouth. But can you hear me from here?
Yes, it's a little better. And can you scream?
Scream? Why? You want me to talk louder like this, all right? You want me to talk louder like this so that you can hear me? I can fill my house with this voice. Is that okay?
Okay.
No, I'm gonna go tired, but I'm going to speak louder so that you can hear me. All right. This is the closest thing I can do with my microphone. I cannot really pull it here, or else I'm gonna destroy it. Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay, it's better now. I think it was just something stuck in my microphone.
Okay. There we go. Now, so let's go to the next page. We're on page 358. What is the title? Oh, by the way, I forgot. I apologize. Going back to the picture of the dog, there's a word there that says displacement. What is the meaning of the word displacement?
Displacement. It means that you place something in the wrong place.
Yeah, it's replacing something. Read what was said in that portion.
Displacement. The dog in the tub takes up space. To make room for him, the water was pushed out of the tub.
Okay. So the dog the dog in this tub takes up space. So to make room, water was pushed out of the tub. That's what we call volume, right? So they cannot occupy the same space. There must be some displacement. Okay. Now let's go to the next page. The next page says, what's the title?
The title is "Don't Be Dense." How can fish not be dense? They live in the water.
We'll find out which one is it describing here. If we're going to focus, look at the lesson, it's comparing one object here, two objects with different density and connected as one object. Okay. Now look at the portion again. The title is "Don't Be So Dense." Okay. Read what it says. Go ahead. Why does
the hook sink? Why doesn't it float? You must use mass and volume to find the answer.
Okay.
After reading, as it reads pages, underline that gives the main idea about density. Density. Oh.
So we're going to talk about density this time. So that's why we say, don't be so dense. All right. So when we say dense, remember, those terms that you read are idiomatic expressions. Don't be so dense in an English term. It means don't be so hard, right? Okay.
Don't be so hard.
Yes.
Am I dense?
Okay.
Am I dense?
Not really. No. Actually, you're actually a very jolly student who is very engaged in the lesson, right? And I like it. Some students they just don't worry, you're doing fine. And to tell you honestly, I'm impressed. I am really impressed. Okay, I'm really impressed in how you deliver yourself, your ideas. This is a good way of. Okay. It says here, if a person is dense, this means a person is too difficult to explain something with, okay? Because they can't make sense of any hard ideas. So for example, if I'm going to explain something to you and you still don't get it, that's a dense person. A dense person is somebody who doesn't really get a simple explanation, right? But in your case, you're not dense because you understand what I'm saying. So you are not dense, okay?
Okay. And if anybody says I'm dense, I'll kill them.
You'll kill them. No, killing is bad. Okay, don't kill people.
Oh, I'm just joking.
I know. I'm also joking. Okay, so again, if they say you're dense, you say, why do you say so? Then let them explain. Okay, so now, what is the definition of density?
It means how wet something is.
Okay, let's find out. Read the definition, please. Go ahead.
Density is a physical property of matter. It tells how much space or volume and a certain amount of mass of matter takes up.
Okay, so it's a physical property of a matter. Okay, it tells how much space and a certain amount of matter takes up. Okay, so in other words, get this.
Density is the amount of matter present in a certain volume of a substance.
Okay, that is the meaning of density. The amount of matter present in a certain volume of a substance. Okay, read further. Unless you have questions. No
Density
question?
is how close together the particles and objects are. The density of a substance is always the same, no matter how much of the substance there is. A small piece of an eraser, for example, has the same density as a whole eraser.
Okay. So again, density indicates how much close together the particles in an object are. Okay. The substance is always the same, no matter how much space or how much substance there is. A small piece of eraser has the same density as a whole eraser. Okay. Now let's find out. Look at the hook. Okay. Read the portion where it says, this part floats. Go ahead.
This part floats. Objects that are less dense than the water float. This fishing float is made of plastic.
Okay, so that part floats. Of course, have you ever seen a piece of plastic that sunk under the water?
Yeah, when you fill it with water, then it gets heavy and sinks.
Some, all right, some do, and some don't. And that depends. But you're right. Some usually when you put water inside, there are instances that they sink. That depends, right? But in this case, this one floats. How about the part that sinks? This part sinks. What does it say?
This part sinks. The hook and weights are metal. The density of metal is greater than water.
All right. So the portion that floats, it is less dense than the water. So that's why it floats. Whereas for the hook, in the metal parts, they are denser than the water. That's why they sink. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, what's the question here? What are the fish looking at?
Name 3 objects that are more dense than water.
All right. So, Nature, tell me, what are the 3 objects that are denser than water?
Easy. For one,
Okay, for one, what is it?
For one, Mom's computer.
Okay, Mom's computer. Yes, you can throw it in the water and boom, it's broken. Once you throw it into the water, it gets broken. And that's one. It's a heavy. That's one. What else? 2 more.
Secondly, most things that are filled with water sink underwater.
For example?
For example, if somebody that is drowning drinks much water and then he sinks.
Okay, that's one. And how about the third one?
A fish.
You're finished already? So, a fish. You got it. A fish. Okay. A fish will sink, of course, under the water.
What's the dead part? When the fish are dead, they float.
Wow. Okay, that's a good question. How come they float when they die? They should be sinking, right? But why do they float?
Perhaps because they aren't trying to get down anymore. So they, why don't I just go surfing?
Maybe they just want to try surfing, huh? That's a good one. Well, anyway, when something goes wrong in their body, it starts to decompose or it starts to get rotten. They produce air inside their tummy. That's why they float. Okay?
Ew!
Yeah, ew. It's a really big ew. One example was a whale. I remember. Oh yeah, I remember that story. They tried to burst the tummy of the whale. All right. And look at it. Oh yeah, there was a dead whale. They found it at the seashore. Let me find that video. Let me show you. That answers the question why fish and even whales float when they die. Okay, I'll explain. That's
So
a good
they
question.
burst the tummy of the whale and it.
Here, you'll find out. Let me get that video for you. Popping.
I wonder what would happen if I burst your tummy.
Oh, not yet, because I'm still alive. You're just gonna kill me. Okay. Don't kill me, please. Don't cut my tummy, please. Okay.
Hey, you will die if your tummy is burst. Women have to get their tummies burst before their infants can come out.
Okay,
and
look at.
and have they died?
Here. I'll show you this quick short video. Let me just let it buffer, and I'll join the screen. You'll see what's going on. Okay, tell me when you see it. Okay, you see it?
Not yet. Okay.
Okay, I'll play it. Watch it. You don't need a sound for this one. Boom. Woohoo! Did you see that?
Ew! Don't show me that again.
Okay. No, just to answer your question, why do the fish and the whales float when they die? Because their tummy is filled with air, especially when it starts to get rotten. Okay?
Anyway.
Okay? Questions?
Why are you so black?
Me?
I thought you said you weren't African.
I'm not African, I'm Filipino, and Filipinos have their skin, right? It's just like asking, why are Americans white? It's because they are Americans. That's their skin. Why? You don't like my skin?
No.
No,
I just think you need brighter light to show yourself.
No. I'm actually in front of the sun already here, in front of the sunshine, and I love it. I love my skin. Okay. Now we can continue with the lesson. So 3 objects that can sink. We got a living fish, computers, and stuff that you fill water with. They can sink under the water. Good observation. Good observation. Now let's go to the next one.
I doubt that my house can float underwater since most things my mom bought are made of wood.
Okay, so that's some homes when there's flood. Have you seen floating homes in a flood?
I've seen floating homes. I've seen people that live on ships.
Yeah, some people live in ships. Some of floating house in a flood. House in a flood. Your house is made of wood, then it's gonna float.
Okay. My house isn't made of wood, but I know somebody who has a house made of wood.
Is that so? Okay. Well, I'm gonna show you a piece of video here. Don't worry, this one is okay. It's only about a house. Okay? It's only about a house.
Anyway, are you sure that the scenery behind you is a bathroom? Because that looks like the kind of drapes they use in the bathroom.
No, this is just a piece of cloth. It's cloth. It's not for the bathroom because you don't want to see what's behind it. It's a bit distracting. So better, yeah, here. Look at this. This is a floating house. Can you see it?
Yes.
Look at it. Look. Just watch what happens. Now, if it's made of wood, of course, as you can see here, and based on what we're studying, it's going to float.
I wonder what would happen if you set fire. I mean, all the houses are made of wood, and they have forests behind them.
Yeah, look at that. Look at this video right here. That house is not denser than the water, so that's why it's floating. Goodbye, house.
I wonder if the people are still living in it, and they're safe through the flood.
No, not anymore. They have to, I don't know if you've heard this word. They have to, you got it. That's the word. Excellent. Good English skills, Nature. They have to evacuate. Before the flood comes, they get a warning ahead of time so that they will have enough time to leave their property and go to a safe place. Okay? So they have signals. Yes, what's your question?
I didn't ask a question. I just said, all right.
All right. Well, actually, we can go to the next page and then we will finish. What do we see on the next page? Sorry, I'm coughing. Okay. What do you see in the picture?
I see 2 cups, one filled with foam and sand, the other with oxygen.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What are you saying?
I said one was filled. I said I see 2 cups. One is filled with foam and sand. The other was pumice and obsidian.
Okay. Actually, these are called beakers. They're not just cups. They're beakers. In chemistry, that's what you use to test, things and objects. So in the 2 beakers, you will see different objects with different densities. Okay. And if ever we're going to be studying again next time, you can pick the subject that you want to cover. But today, we learned about the volume and the density. Now, things that are much denser than water, they sink. Things that are not denser than water, they float. Okay? So that's why most people, when they swim, they float because we're not that really heavy for water. Okay?
Yeah, and especially fat people because fat people have floating.
Yeah, they can float. They can float. Okay, so before we finish, Nature, do you have any questions for me?
No, just can you please tell me a way to not get a cold because I'm having a cold.
Two things you can do: sleep and rest, and then take your vitamins, especially vitamin C. Teacher D is also having a problem with my cough. I've been coughing for 3 weeks already. So after this one, maybe I'm going to see the doctor. Okay? All right. And anything else before we finish, Nature?
No, just next time don't use drapes. I really want to see what's behind that.
You want to see? Maybe next time. Maybe next time. All right. Okay. So again, I'm so happy to have met you. You know a lot of good English words. You can express yourself. You can understand what I say, even if I talk fast. You're good. So we can focus on studying subjects. We can just focus a little on your English skills. You're good already. So if you have no more questions for me, it's been a pleasure meeting you. Hopefully see you again next time, Nature. Okay. Have a great weekend. Goodbye for now.